Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. So today I have some absolutely awesome Wings of Fire news to share with you all. And it's a lot. Tui recently attended a library event where she answered tons of Wings of Fire questions, giving us a lot of big info. I won't even hold you up with an intro because you're here for the news, which I can absolutely respect. But before we begin, a huge quick shout out to my patrons. Driver95, Slightest Wild, Thistle, Noobto, Pyronuke, Avril, Pancake, and Askarada. Thank you all so much for supporting me. Links to their social medias are in the description down below. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into the video. I'm going to go over everything in the order it was mentioned, so stick around to hear some big news. You're not going to want to miss this, because I even have the release year for Book 16, as well as some Arc 4 Protagonist information, limited edition book content, and much more. One interesting fact Tui shared at the event is that a scrapped opening for Book 1 was going to feature the Dragons of Destiny hatching from Webs' perspective. While I'm indeed glad this was removed, it's still interesting to think about how a path like this could have affected the books. Maybe Webs was initially going to have more of a role. Another detail the author shared is that she sometimes references the fan-made Wings of Fire wiki while writing, and for fan trivia contests. This is just so cool, honestly. I know the fanwings who work hard to edit and manage these pages are going to be excited when they learn that even Tui herself looks at them. One thing fans been wondering about for a while now is just how censored the Darkstalker Legends graphic novel will be, considering the violence present in the novel. Well, Tui finally spoke out about it here. She confirmed that there will indeed be censorship for the adaptation. For example, Jake Parker, the illustrator, drew one of the humans on a beach being eaten. However, Tui thought the art piece to be too violent, so she's working on a way for the scene to still happen the way it does, but be less traumatizing on the page, as she described. This means we'll likely have less complete changes, like the scavenger in Book 1 running away instead of being eaten on the page, but that things will be merely shown less graphically. This could include silhouettes, an action only occurring on half a page and being cut off. A nice tidbit Tui shared is that she works hard to ensure the graphic novels still feature the dialogue from the books, so that every character is accurate. I really like that she makes sure things are authentic, and it takes a lot of work to do that. And now, it's time to get into some Arc 4 content and news. Right now, Tui is currently deciding who the protagonist for Book 17 to 20 will be. She also confirmed that there will be a prophecy for the 4th arc, although she has not written it yet. This changes quite a lot, so I'm interested to see how things go, even though I personally didn't want a prophecy for the next arc. We do have some options here for how this could come out, though, and this next tiny bit is purely my own fan speculation looking at the possibilities. Maybe this prophecy is said by Moon, although I think that'd be a little repetitive if it's the case again. Imagine if we got a prophecy from a new character, or maybe some of these words that just appeared out of nowhere, with the dragons not knowing if it's real or not. However, the events it soon foretells start to fall into place, leaving everyone believing it may spell out the truth of what's to come. That's just my own idea though, but I would love to see something like it. I wonder what Tui is going to do here. Since she's already a decent way through Book 16, maybe this prophecy won't heavily impact the events of that particular starting book. It's also been confirmed that the protagonist for Book 16 will have a love interest, and Tui is excited to tell the story there. This could be really cool, and I'm also hyped to see what kind of tale is told. Tui also stated that Arc 4 will feature a Mudwing main character, which I very well believe could be Umber for Book 16's POV. If so, I just can't wait to see this dragon's perspective and find out everything that's been happening with him and Sora. And it's time for some more big news. Arc 4 will kick off with Book 16 in 2026. That's right, we finally know the year this novel will come out. My guess is it'll be spring 2026, due to the context Tui mentioned this in. She reminded us that she'll be reading a Book 16 excerpt at FanWing Fest, and said that the book itself will be releasing a year after. It's been a long time since the last full Wings of Fire novel, but we should stay patient. Tui has been making a lot in between, and this next arc will come. As for FanWing Fest, it might be taking place in bookstores from the 3 to 5 voted cities. We also got a reveal that there is something else for Wings of Fire that Tui will read at the events, though she cannot share what it is. I'm so excited! What more could there be other than a Book 16 preview, and something so secret and special that it's still a surprise? I do have a little bit of disappointing news to share next, though, but it does start with something positive first. While plans changed and I was unable to attend, I got someone to go in my place, who wrote down my question for the fan Q&A segment. It was one of the 3 that was picked out of all the ones there, and I'm so happy. My question was, what can we expect from the limited edition versions of books 2 to 5? Because, for those unaware, Barnes & Noble now has them listed. Quite a big shock is that Tui told us we might not be getting new covers to these books, although they will 100% feature unique page edges. There will be Q&As for each, although likely not any deleted chapters. I'm honestly quite saddened by this, especially after considering the complaints of other fanwings, and myself, with the release of the Dragon Knight Prophecy limited edition. The book lacked a lot of new content, and it seems like we'll only be getting less this time around. However, we don't know a lot just yet, and not all of this is 100%. Still give these books a chance as we find out additional information. We do have an update on the Wings of Fire TV series and its development progress. The Prime Video show only has 2 people attached to it so far. I'm not exactly sure what that means, and is still in its earliest stages of development. There will be a big meeting soon that had to be delayed due to the LA fires. I'm so curious what's been going on behind the scenes, but I'll let Amazon cook with this and take their time. If we get any further updates this year, which I hope we will, you guys will be the first to know. And lastly, the Talons of Power graphic novel is confirmed to release shortly after the one for Darkstalker Legends. The graphic novel adaptation for the latter is releasing November 4th, 2025, so I'm sure we can expect the Talons of Power one around Christmas time, since we know it's coming out the same year. Wow, I wasn't lying when I said we have a lot of news. I'm so hyped to see all the fanwing reactions to this, because I was just so excited to find it out. What do you guys think about all this I mentioned here today? Let me know down below. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.